Broadcasting live from the Complete College Prospect Studio in Sin City. Heard around the world, discussing everything that is high school sports, music, fashion, food, ratings, and of course, coaching. And the people you came to see, the athletes. This is the Who's Up Next podcast with your hosts, JR and Rob.
Man, we had a technical difficulty. Welcome to the Who's Up Next show, Halloween edition. It's your boy JR, a.k.a. the Big Fella.
Yo, Big Rob, a.k.a. the Candy Man. We're on deck, ready to go.
Hey, man, this is going to be a great show. We got a lot of stuff going on, special guests. We definitely going to be having a section where we hit some people that hit us with their email address. We're going to hit you with a link to let you jump on the show real quick throughout the show, just all kinds of stuff. So if you know what I'm saying, just stay on, stay tuned, and stay with us, and we're about to get this, man. Let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, what we got next?
So we have our Who's Up Fuel Up. I'll play the intro.
All right, Who's Up Fuel Up? Let's go.
Let's go.
What up?
All
right, man. We got Who's Up Fuel Up. So right now, you know how I go every week. It could be a hit, it could be a miss. We're about to find out what we got producing.
So today's Who's Up Fuel Up is actually caramel apples.
Okay.
In quotation, caramel.
Okay.
It's not actually caramel.
All right.
So I found this lady on TikTok. You know, whenever I think of Halloween or like fall, I think of caramel apples. So basically what it is, it's a high protein, low sugar caramel.
Okay.
It's not necessarily a caramel. What's in it is vanilla, collagen protein powder. Then we have the powdered peanut butter in there
Right.
as well. And then almond milk.
Okay.
So not a
it's
traditional
supposed to
caramel.
Yeah, so you drizzle them on apples. It's like an alternative for like when you want something
Okay.
very sweet,
But
but still
pretty
good
much
for
healthy,
you.
right?
Yeah.
So let's do
Okay,
it.
let's do it. Let's do it.
I will warn you, the apples are very sour today.
The apple's delicious. The other stuff sucks. That's all I got. Yo. Yeah, the apple's delicious. I don't like the other stuff.
You know, me personally, I'm okay with the adjusted caramel. I like the peanut butter in there. I like the creaminess and the consistency of it. And the apple is kind of sour today, but overall, I think it's edible. I think it's decent. You got to be a peanut butter lover, I think, to enjoy this as much as I do. Now, I'm not going to say this is the best thing. This ain't lit or nothing like that, but it's definitely a decent alternative when you're trying to do something quick.
Regular.
So I'm not bad. I'm not.
Don't let him lie to you. He eat everything. You know what I'm saying? He ain't found nothing on the show he didn't like yet. You know?
I do eat everything. You know what I'm saying? But
Not too picky, like,
you know, I'm not as picky as some people are. You know what I mean? But it's a good thing, right? To be picky. I'm okay with it.
Nah, I'm good.
Oh,
Hit that with a regular, damn it.
Yo, someone hit him up with the pickiest eater ever.
You got that right.
Ever.
Yeah, hey, look, I'm doing what I can do.
Yeah.
At least I'm trying food. But nah.
So
Just throw some peanut butter or some real caramel on there and call that a day. That's where I'm at. Like let's not play around with it at all, you know? I'm like,
what up,
yeah.
Mondo?
What up, Bubba?
So I'm good with this. I think it is a reg. Not bad. We definitely won't get into
What up, SJ?
caramel versus caramel. I always say caramel. What do you like caramel?
Caramel.
He's a caramel guy. I'm a caramel guy.
I'm a caramel.
Tomato, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
Quick, easy session for the Who's Up, Fuel Up. We're definitely going to say it is edible. It's decent.
Hey.
We're going to give it a regular.
Look, yeah, we're gonna hit it with the reg, and then we're gonna keep the show pushing. There's so much going on in this show. Introducing the entire corporation. Today we're gonna introduce y'all to everything that is Complete College Prospect. Between the social, as we told y'all last week, the social media company launches on the 1st. That's amazing. Chatter is dope as hell. Then we got the marketing company. We got the social media management company. We got the college day show. The college day like combine. It's like a pro day for seniors and juniors. Right now, we push in a bunch of colleges are locked in for checking it out. Then we got the last chance game. Both of those are in January, only for seniors that didn't. You can't have your D1 offers. You got to be still trying to get offers. We streaming that. That's going to be major. So that we got that announcement. So much coming on today. So we definitely want to get to this show. And again, we're going to have some of y'all on the show. Oh, my bad. And Trapian Magazine, our digital magazine. Yeah. Essentially our version of Sports Illustrated. The first edition will be out in December. We already know that our girl Shania, she's on there.
Coming
the
back.
First lady of Complete College Prospect. She definitely going to be on there. Little Henry Ramirez is going to be representing the youth in the magazine, and we still looking for the rest. Oh, we got Ben Parker. He going to be showcasing. Ethan McKenzie going to be in the magazine, and then we looking for so many more athletes to showcase in that first edition. We want to launch that with a bang. So if you know some athletes or you know some coaches that want to get in, please hit us up. Producer, hit them with the link.
Hey, glad you guys have the
did.
link right there. You know what I'm saying? Click on it, save it, do whatever you can to get us all the information that we need. I mean, if you haven't noticed, Complete College Prospects is doing everything big time. We're trying to make sure that everything is all centralized. Complete College Prospect is trying to be a one-stop shop for all our athletes out there.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't know what y'all think, but this social media network that Complete College Prospects is putting out is a game changer.
Game changer.
All right, getting away from all this webcam nonsense, OnlyFans. You know what I mean? There'll probably be a little bugs to, fix initially, but hey, this is strictly for fans of sports, youth and high school sports. We'll even go college, you know what I'm saying? Because we're putting these kids into college, right? So one centralized location. If you're a family member, if you are a friend, if you love sports and you're trying to help other people, Chatter.
Chatter for sure, yeah.
WeChatter.com. It's already been approved for Android and iOS.
Yep.
The app is soon to drop in App Store soon.
Yep.
Stay tuned. Check our website.
Should hopefully be out there by the
social
1st.
media. Yep,
Yeah, they should be in the app stores by the 1st, and then you'll be able to go in there, download those, get yourself in. Allow coaches to see you all in one location with your film, everything, direct contact with them, and everything is going to be dope. Like I said, you saw that Complete College Prospect is really rocking. If you go to the Twitter and all of those accounts, you'll see all the athletes have started getting rated and just pushing the brand everywhere because that's what it is, man. That's what it is. So we're going to keep this moving, though. Hey, I'm trying to see if we can do something where we can get you guys in without putting your email address everywhere. So I'll tell you what. Let's do this. If you have my number and you're on the show, text me your email address and we'll hit you with the link so that we can show you on the show today. If you don't have that, hit us at our email address and we'll hit you with a link. And then be ready. Don't come on here without your camera on. Have your camera on. Be ready. And we're going to let some of y'all jump on the show today because today on the Halloween edition, it's all about the fans. So let's go. What we got next, producer?
So we actually have our person of the week.
All right. So is she on?
Yep, she is on.
All right, cool. So we got our person of the week. Christine Rendell, first-time volleyball coach over at Liberty High School. She got the varsity squad, right?
She's actually doing the freshman right
Freshman,
now.
okay.
Yeah. So after talking to Christine and kind of looking at some of her, her resume, she actually did coach a little bit before this. She came up to the States, did some club ball, found out it was, pretty competitive, and just making her way through that. She sat on the sidelines at the Liberty High School game, and just her insight sparked interest from other people. So a coach came up to her and said, "Hey, let's bring you on. Let's help you mentor these young girls." And I don't know if anybody thought they were going to do as great as they're doing, but I really truly believe that it's this young lady right here who's so passionate about the game. She loves the youth, and she did her thing, man, this season. I mean, these girls, the freshman girls from the Liberty Patriots, are, I believe, 25-0.
Wow.
They won multiple tournaments.
Nice.
So as you saw, everyone saw out there, her team was out there in the background. She loves them so much. They're doing big things together, and I can't wait to see what these girls are going to do here in the future, because
Nice.
Christine is such a great person, such a great mentor. And I believe that she's going to guide these girls to the right, on the right path to being successful and hopefully getting them to the next level in college.
Okay.
All right. So
let's
welcome up Christine Randall.
Hey, how you doing?
Aloha, I am doing well.
You muted yourself.
We wanted to ask, how does it feel to be coaching at Liberty High School?
It's a blessing and an honor to be coaching at any high school level, especially here up in the States. But being at Liberty, where the fan base, the school is primarily Polynesians, and coming from Hawaii to the 9th Island and being able to establish myself as a coach at Liberty High School is an honor.
Okay, so we know that you are a coach, but I think I got that right, you're an entrepreneur too, right?
Indeed, yes, I am. We own a couple of businesses between me and my husband, yes.
Okay, what would you, as a business owner and a coach, you definitely are an inspiration for young women out there, no matter what race they are or what background they come from. What would you say to them about just sticking to it and getting to success?
Ooh, you're breaking up a little bit. Can you repeat what you just said?
What would you say as an entrepreneur and as a coach for the young ladies out there? What would you say to them about like pushing towards the future and what they want to be?
Know your why. Always got to know your why and your mission in your personal lives. It could change moment by moment, depending on what level, of playing you have, whether it is high school, club, collegiate, but the mindset, it's really your level of capacity of being able to be relatable and being disciplined and dedicated and, striving for your goals, especially being a female.
What you got?
Hey, Christine, thank you so much for coming on the show. Definitely appreciate you and everything in the community, as well as with the volleyball girls, the girls volleyball team. What would you say is the biggest hurdle that these girls are facing as females in the sport, trying to get noticed and getting to the next level?
Well, first of all, thank you for having me on the show. It's definitely a pleasure. But as a female, being able to, we don't get a lot of funding. I don't know if you guys realize that. And I didn't realize it until this season. And being also the team mom for the varsity football at Liberty, I was able to see the back end of a lot of money movements and shifts and where the budgets and everything kind of sort of go to. And then being a coach for the girls team, a lot of our funding has to be pretty much donated through the parents and our own work that we go out into the community and, fundraising. And hence being an entrepreneur, I am able to, utilize a lot of my tools and connections out there to spark interest with these girls, with these athletes. And it really is a lot more difficult as females, as girls coming into the sports arena, going up against, the men, such as the football teams, the basketball teams. They're more looked at, they're more sought after. And that's what I have noticed since being a part of the program.
That's actually a really good point. I guess my question would be, because we've noticed that too. I know that with our parent company, Complete College Prospect, we hear it over and over again about when they're looking for like girl athletes, whether it's flag football, volleyball, softball, soccer, that when they're asking for like film or they're asking for like any details that normally it would be readily available when it comes to football or basketball, that the schools just don't put in the same effort to make sure that the girls have that same kind of exposure and those same types of things to be able to showcase themselves. Can you, I guess, without causing any conflict, what do you think could possibly be a way of fixing that?
So without stirring the pot, so to say, it's just difficult. It's really difficult. To be honest, you got to go a step further than just the administration. You got to go like to the board and actually, say, hey, this is that. Our girls are trying to get film. We're trying to get recruiters to come in, but we have no budget for that. We have no allocation to be able to utilize that. So what do I have to do as a coach? I have to go out and reach to my connects that I had in colleges and that I played against and say, hey, can you guys come and check out the school? And then I have to go out or the coaches have to go out and actually cut and paste the film that we're taking every game and putting it together and compilating that and then being able to send it out individually. I am sure, as I've heard, football.
Oh, it looks like we lost her. Hey, if you have a chance, get back in there. Like if you,
Yes, it is.
is she back?
There you go, yes.
Mhm.
I don't
It's
know
just
what
loaded.
happened.
It's all right. She's
Hey,
coming back in.
Oh yeah, when she comes back, we'll click her back in. I definitely know that. Again, this show's always live. We never pre-record, so things are gonna happen. Don't worry about it. We'll get her back on. Definitely want to hear her input on this thing because
Yes, she is.
is she back? Oh, there we go. Sorry
I
that we lost
apologize.
you.
It's the Wi-Fi.
But
We had
please
storms last night. I apologize.
Feel free to finish.
So just as I was explaining just a bit earlier before the internet cut off, I apologize for that. But just to reiterate, it's very difficult when we don't have the funding to be able to say, here, we're going to utilize this production to be able to create film, just like how football has. You see the massive productions that go out there, the massive entail, but the budget's there. Or someone's there to say, hey, I'm willing to do this and this and that. Boom, it gets set into motion. But we don't have that in the female sports, in the girls volleyball, flag football. We don't have any of that. So with that being said, we as coaches have to be diligent and go out and hustle for these girls, and especially sending them even to club ball. Where are they playing in club ball? Because in the States, it's more where they're playing at the club, not necessarily in high school.
Okay. Our producer, she came up, she's 100% agreeing with you as a former high school athlete. I guess, do you see it as a favoritism thing, or is it just the way the system tends to be?
I just feel like that's what the system has been for so long. And we got to think about it too. Football is more revered amongst the collective than that of, say, the smaller sports of volleyball, basketball. You don't have a lot of fan base that's targeting, unless you're living in Nebraska, where they just hosted it at their stadium, sold out more than their own football game. So maybe it's just like a cultural thing. Maybe we're not adapting and moving to the changes, the tides, and, you know, being able to say, hey, let's support more of the female athletics and being able to push through that. So I am trying at this point to really, you know, punch it into high gear and showcase our female athletes more so, because it is not so readily available.
Yeah, so I mean, it kind of sucks for a female athlete nowadays because the funding just isn't there. And you're right, Christine. It's all about a culture change. And, you know, from the Who's Up Next show and Complete College Prospects, we definitely want to tell everyone, much time into your daughters as you put in for your sons. Think about what we can do out there to help these women be successful in the future, in their sport, as well as outside of their sport. I know we've talked on this show before, and yes, you guys don't get the media that you definitely deserve. And we came up with a suggestion that possibly, if you look at your schools and there's up and coming journalists or photographers, maybe these people in your schools volunteer that time to say, hey, I'm doing some freelance work, or just say, hey, I'm going to be doing this and I'm charging a small fee so that parents can help out, and kind of put that out there. But what I will tell you is that a lot of the females out there, they're definitely going to have to learn to put in a little bit of work when it comes to marketing themselves.
Yeah, because the schools aren't going to do it. Like, I would like to believe that it's going to change. I really would. I think it's well deserved. Women have definitely shown that they are great athletes, great entrepreneurs, great at being leaders. And I just think that as like something has to give. And I've been pushing it ever since we started this show. And I would just like to, I'm just trying to figure out what the possible answer could be so that we can help out as much as we can.
Well, you hit it earlier when you mentioned something to the notion of being able to utilize the photographers, videographers. So that's what I try to do. Reach out to the Liberty production. What are they? The photographer people. They actually have a class for that. I've also tried to reach out to the yearbook staffs, anybody who, you know, is wanting to get their pictures in photography out there. And that
Lost her again, man. That's right. Try to catch her back, and we'll bring her in.
Oh.
Did it click back in?
It
She has
just
a
automatically
weird-
keeps doing that.
Yeah, well, just move us to the regular screen, and then we'll let her fix our connection, and then we'll go from there.
Men's basketball.
Yeah, because she didn't know she was cut out.
It's kind of
Again,
timing it
live
as well
show.
too. I would like to be able to just, you know.
Is she still not? She's cut out. Send her a message and just let her know what happened, and then we'll have to click her back in. But you know, we got to keep the show rolling. We can't be losing our fan base. You know, remember that you could catch this show on all platforms.
Yes.
We've had them everywhere. It's rough with her connection at home. So for you guys that we're trying to put on here on the show, make sure you have a good connection, because it does get a little whatever depending on where you are.
Looks like it's good now.
Is she good?
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and finish it out.
Let's try. Nope.
Christine? No, it's not. It's not there. Okay. All right. If we could get her back, we'll put her back in on a different segment. So what do you got now, producer?
Do you have anything else you want to say about like chatter or anything before we go to commercial?
All right. So we're about to introduce you guys to the new Complete College Prospect commercial. You guys saw the first one with President Obama voicing it. Now we got the second one that's come in that showcased the brand as a whole, everything that's under the umbrella of Complete College Prospects, and everything that their clients have been getting, whether it's marketing management, whether it's social media management, whether it's the magazine, whether it's the social media company that stands alone, whether it's Rhino Sports Academy, whether it's the Who's Up Next show. Let's go with that new one. that. We're in here looking, trying to see if any of you guys actually jumped in, trying to get on, you know what I'm saying, trying to get on the show. Y'all scared.
I don't know if it's about being scared. You know, some people just they're not part of the. I don't know. They don't have a good radio voice. Maybe
That's
I don't have a
I
good
ain't
radio
mad
voice
at
or
it.
nothing.
You
But
know what I'm saying? We're gonna keep pushing regardless. You know what I'm saying? What do we got next?
So we got our WTF.
All right, so we got our WTF that's coming up. I think the topic is a really good one. Yeah. So we normally don't talk politics on the show, and this isn't really politics. Excuse me. This is about something that this senator is trying to introduce as a bill that would affect NIL deals and would affect the ability for college athletes to transfer. And I'm definitely not happy with what I heard. I'm definitely, the big fella. I'm the one that stays up on everything that's going on, whether it's my city, your city, up in Washington, does not matter. Whatever it is, I'm going to be on top of it when it comes to the politics sides, when it deals with sports, because I want you, the people, to know when what's going on when it comes to your high school student, your college student, your coaches, everything like that. So let's get to it. Senator Joe Manchin, along with Senator Tuberville, who used to be an actual college coach, is working on introducing a bill that would, let's start with the transfer portal. They would like to make it where whether you get along with your coach, whether it's the perfect fit or not, or whether your coach, all of a sudden you sign at a school and your coach decides, oh, well, I'm going to make more money over there and transfer somewhere else. Now you got a new coach that you don't know. They don't care about that. They want their bill will make it where a college athlete has to compete at the same school for 3 years and is only eligible to transfer the last year, their 4th year. So essentially, if you're in an unhealthy situation or something that you don't like, you're stuck there.
yeah, so basically trying to handcuff our athletes, right?
Yeah. And I might be one. You also got to remember, Joe Manchin represents West Virginia. He went to West Virginia. And so I'm sure the deans and the coaches are in his ear because West Virginia doesn't have a lot of money. There's not a lot of NIL money out there. And so they aren't competing against these other universities. And so what he wants to do is absolutely ridiculous. If a coach can change jobs whenever he wants, I think it's 100% great that athletes can leave and go to another school. The transfer portal only works once. You actually are only allowed one free transfer.
Yeah.
After that, you actually end up having a red shirt or sit down. So I don't understand what the problem is. It's not like you could change schools every year, or stuff like that. If you think we're lying, go talk to, nobody knows where he is, but Bishop Gorman's old quarterback, Tate Martell, who went to like 4 different colleges and his college career spanned in like 10 years now almost, because he's been transferring, but he's been having to sit. The transfer portal, yes, does it hurt high school students? Yes, possibly. But at the same time, what's fair is fair, and I just think that they shouldn't touch that.
Yeah.
The second part of that bill deals with NIL money. And what Senator Tuberville said and what Senator Manchin said is that they don't believe that it should be college versus college about who has more money. And when it comes to decisions about where kids are playing, they want to give colleges more control over the NIL money. And I think that becomes a problem, because essentially when they had control over the name, image, and likeness of college athletes before, they just kept taking all the money and refused to pay anybody.
Yes.
So I as a former collegiate athlete, I myself personally do not believe in what they're trying to do. I think that is nonsense. I don't agree with it. And for some of you, your kids might be in high school now and get ready to head to college, or you might have younger kids that are in youth sports. One day they're going to be heading to college. I personally, they say it's about the education, but really, I think the NIL money has actually been the thing that helped with education.
Yeah, it gives you more incentive to want to stay in the college, right? Because far too often it has happened that you go to college just to get to the pros, and then you just don't finish school. And a lot of these people with money, they have money problems after being a pro. They don't know how to manage it right.
Yeah.
And now they have nothing to fall back on. I mean, there are a lot of cases where you turned pro, and now you're selling cell phones in the mall.
Right.
You know what I mean? So. I personally don't like it. I like the fact that the kids are getting paid for their name, image, and likeliness, right? Because everyone's been making billions of dollars off of these athletes,
and they still are. Let's not misunderstand it. I was having a conversation this morning, right? It won't work anyway. The bill, it's not possible for the bill to work, but sometimes things sneak through.
Yes,
but it's not really possible because for all you religious people out there, I'm not saying anything about God, but just understand, right? The NFL is more powerful than God. And I know what you're going to say, and you can keep that to yourself because the truth is the truth. Your local priest or pastor or whoever is getting out of that sermon so he could go watch his favorite team too. You know what I'm saying? The NFL took over Sunday, and Saturdays is college football. And if you think I'm joking, when people were dying, when people were being put into body bags and then being placed in the back of semi-trailers in New York, what happened? College football stopped for like 2 weeks. And then all of a sudden, everybody made college football come back. Why? That machine's got to go. Because what happened is that universities all around the country, they started cutting the programs that make no money. Something like what the lady that we had on, Christine, was trying to explain. Let's not fight it. Football's God. Like, that's it. Like, in this world that we live in, football trumps every other sport. It's going to trump every other sport. Some of these colleges have multi-million-dollar contracts for television. They weren't going to miss out on that. And when they did, they start firing professors. They start cutting other athletics. They start getting rid of all kinds of clubs because it's football or it's nothing. So what do? We don't care that it's COVID. Football back on the field. You know what I'm saying? That's how this thing works. And so it is just, it's a ridiculous thing that if the school can make a ton of money, that the athletes should be able to make money as well. And so we wanted to bring this up because of this and just make you aware of what's going on.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I definitely do not agree with the bills they're trying to pass here, or, their stance on everything. NIL, I believe, is a good thing.
Yeah.
Can it be a little bit more equal around the board as far as when athletes can receive them? I think that'd be great because every state is going to be different. Some can collect it the beginning of high school. Some can't collect it until their senior year of high school. So there is, some differences when it comes state to state. I wish they would kind of regulate that a little bit just so that everyone's kind of equal. But hey, if that person is selling jerseys, putting people in seats, making tons of money for those universities, I don't see why they shouldn't get a cut from that. And I definitely think that taking away these things is going to kind of mess things up. And it's not going to want people to want to stay and get educations. They're going to try to chase that next, that next level if they're able to get there. And theoretically, they might not even pan out in the pros, right?
No.
Because they haven't had enough time.
Look, man. We're not going to stay on this subject long because this is supposed to be a fun show today. But I'm telling you now, kids are staying in college. Kids are making decisions to stay in college because they're not starving anymore.
Yeah.
They got a little money in their pocket. They can help their parents pay bills. They can help their siblings get what they need. Nobody's like that's what the NIL deals did, and I appreciate them. And I think that it's a fantastic thing because for far, far too long, athletes have been getting screwed over when it got to the collegiate level.
You know what I'm saying?
It was like this black hole of nonsense that was going on. And we're not knocking the NCAA. I get it. You didn't want to accept being responsible for it, and I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
It's so complicated. So I like what they did with just letting NIL deals be something that's outside of the NCAA. And I think it should stay that way.
Yeah.
So, well, again, we ain't going to stay on the subject. Let's keep this thing moving because we got some funny stuff coming up, too. What we got next, producer?
We got our Scare World.
All right, look, so every Halloween we're going with Scare World. So prepare yourselves. If you got small children, I don't know. I haven't seen these videos, so I don't apologize if your kid is watching. Videotape your kid getting scared so we put them on too.
I don't think it's too bad. It's just people we're gonna be reacting to people doing some Halloween pranks.
Halloween
on other
pranks?
people. Yeah.
Halloween pranks, yeah. Let's do it.
Going to scare my husband.
Cocomelon.
That is fantastic. I would kill somebody, bro. Like, no, wait, run it back. Run it back because it was just, that was great. For people might have missed it. Run that back.
All right.
Going to scare my husband.
Cocomelon.
Man.
Yo, it's the second one for me when the wife came in and touched him on the shoulder, right?
I think he peed on that one.
Yeah, my man was
You know what
already
I'm
so
saying?
terrified that it was just all bad all the way. Yo, it's like, yeah. I love it. All right, let's see the next
Ready
one.
for the next one?
Yeah.
What did I jump to?
My husband since he fell asleep.
Silent.
Yo, why my man? Hey, he was serious about it, wasn't he? Yo, he got upset, and he did that scream where you can't, you have a nightmare and you think somebody's holding you on the bed and you can't move.
Yeah.
That's what he did.
He
That
had the
right
silent
there,
scream.
yo,
That look he gave afterwards, like, F that.
yeah. My man, in that house, I'm telling you right now, it's going down in that house.
Oh, man.
All right, let's go.
Let's do it.
What the hell is wrong with you? Why can't you just come in the house like a normal person?
What the hell's wrong with you? Why can't you just come in the house like a normal person?
It wasn't even the scream and the jump.
I know,
scare.
right?
It was his delivery of his, like, what's going on?
Yeah, no doubt.
Oh, man.
No doubt right
No,
there.
sorry, bro. But hey, that dude, man, he let them sounds go for way too long. That second time, once after,
I would've
I'm
got
going
up
to
and
bed.
left.
You know what I'm saying?
But see, like,
he was hoping that thing was going to go away.
everybody that knows me know I'm definitely running. But if it's outside your house, where you going?
Yeah.
See what I'm saying? I'm with him. At that point, you got to go find out. I'm not opening the door. You know what I'm saying? But you got to go figure out what's going on. You know what I'm saying? My guy was, he was
With his
done.
whole chest.
He was
Oh,
done.
man. Yeah.
All right, where we at?
All right, we
Let's
got
see it.
2 more.
Yo, Yo,
I laugh all the time, man, when you get your little kids or you get your
Yeah,
nieces and
you
nephews,
used to do
man.
that when you were younger.
But that was crazy though. I
Hey,
mean, at
he
least
got a fight. My man got a fight. Yo, he like stranger danger. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hey, he got a fight. His
Oh,
parents,
man.
his parents go to hell for that one.
Yeah, that was a good one though. That was a
Yeah,
good
they
one.
go. I'll do the same thing though. I support you. I support your parents.
We got
Oh,
two
Let's
more.
go. Let's see it.
We got
One more.
two more. Actually.
Two more. Let's go.
Just do their job. I mean, just have them call and ask them when they can actually see the place. All right? Ah, shit!
No.
I mean, yeah, the scare could have been a little bit worse, but the fact that flexibility can, you can walk around like that's kind of.
It would have been better if it had been at night.
Yes.
Like that would have been better if it had been
Yeah.
at night. I think it would have had a better scare
Oh
factor.
yeah, definitely.
All right, let's see the
All
next
right. Best for last.
one. Best for last.
Oh, fuck, dude, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. I swear to fucking God. Oh, fuck!
I guess it's the fact that he thought he was seeing things and he had to look back again, right? Oh, man.
Yeah. I wouldn't have looked. I mean, you know what? You like to say that you wouldn't. You know, like you like to say you wouldn't have to do a double take, but I think the first thing you do is believe that you didn't see what you saw. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Hella funny.
I don't remember any of you.
Super funny.
Hey, I don't know
Super
about
funny.
y'all, but the whole month of October, I'm pretty much on my toes, man.
Oh, I stay on, yeah. Halloween, I stay on my toes.
I know my family be trying to scare me all the time.
I stay on my
All
toes.
the
No,
time.
you like to scare us.
I do
Nah,
like to
look,
scare them, yeah.
what I know is in the month of October, I'm on guard for anybody's house I go to. I'm on guard in my own home. I just know it's going down, and I'm not trying to have it because look, I'm not even gonna act like I'm a big guy, but I'm running. I don't help anybody. You know what I'm saying? I'm pushing people down. I'm doing all of that. If my kid was with me, I'm probably gonna push that dude. I'll probably try to grab him and make him run with me, but I promise you, if he hold me up, he gotta go. You know what I'm saying? He gotta go. It's survival of the fittest, man. And that's what I know about the month of Halloween. You know, that's it. Like I know the show and some friends and family, we're supposed to be going to the haunted house tonight. There'll be clips on our Twitter. Not our Twitter. There'll be some clips on our Twitter, but definitely on our TikTok and our Instagram. I'm not actually gonna be on camera. This is how, like, I'll be on camera, but I'll be on camera like this, right? Like they'll be on camera and then you'll see zoom. And you'll be like, damn, who was that? And then you'll see zoom. And you'll be like, damn, what was that? And then you might, if you slow it down, it'd be like catching Bigfoot, right? If you do it frame by frame, you'll see me coming through and I'm just steadily running the whole time. That's how I do haunted houses.
Are you screaming?
Shadow flash right
Oh,
here.
I'm definitely screaming.
Oh, so we're gonna hear
Oh
the
my
scream.
God.
Oh, man.
I'm telling you right now that the screaming is probably happening in the line. No. I tried to warn y'all. I told you you didn't want this, but y'all said y'all wanted it, so we're gonna go ahead and do
We're gonna do it. We're
gonna go ahead and do it. But I'll tell you right now, don't count on me for nothing. You know what I'm saying? You should wear like shoulder pads and probably a helmet because I've been known to like push people down. I've been known to like grab people and throw them at the things that jump out, like all that. I got priors. You know what I'm saying? I got priors. If you choose to go with me, you chose to be a victim. Don't blame me. And that's for men, women, and children. I don't care. I'm telling you that right now. If you happen to be at the haunted house tonight and you see our group come through, the Who's Up Next show come through, tell them to let our group go by themselves. If you got small children, do not. I repeat, this is the disclaimer. Do not go with our group.
Oh, man.
I promise you, I'm pushing your little kid down to get away. There you go. That's the facts. That's
Heard
the
it here
facts.
first, baby. Heard it here first.
That's the facts. All right, what we got next, producer?
Gotta pay the bills.
Let's pay those bills. Are you looking to take your business's online presence to the next level? You know who you are and what you want to be, but you just don't know where to start? We're here to add joy to your online presence. Add Joy Media. Add Joy specializes in content creating, account management, scheduled posts, post designs, and one-on-one coaching. Use Add Joy Media for all your social media needs.
If it's high school sports, we're talking about it. This is the Who's Up Next podcast. Now, back to your hosts, JR and Rob.
Welcome back.
Oh,
What we got in there?
We got candy up in
What
there?
kind of candy?
There's some Reese's Kit Kat, Hershey's.
Razor blade free, bro.
Razor blade free?
There we
Hey,
go.
You digging?
Nah, I wanted to. We had some sour candy. That's my thing.
Yeah, this is chocolate.
Yeah, chocolates, whatever. All right. Hey, man, right now, who want to be on the show? Hit us up in the comments if you want us to click you in. Hey, we got you.
Let's do it.
Don't be afraid of your 10 minutes of fame.
While we're waiting.
Oh, you do it? You do it?
Who wants to jump on?
Look. Nobody. Everybody's scared to death.
Well, no
Scared
music.
to death.
No music. It's all good.
Hey, man, all you got to do is jump in the comments and say you want to be on this show. We're going to hit you with a link right now.
Right now.
Bring you on this show. Talk about, you know what I'm saying, some sports and some Halloween, whatever. All right, we're going to give y'all another shot at it in a little bit. What we got next?
Oh, I mean, pretty much while we're waiting, hey, don't forget, this is our last show for October.
Yeah.
Halloween special.
Yeah.
Last time to promote Breast Cancer Awareness Month.
Oh, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Even though it's just the month of October,
Absolutely.
we're always going to tell you guys that every day, every so often, frequently, you should do a check on yourself, no matter
Absolutely.
if you're male or female. Get to know your body. Make sure it's early detection, and that's going to help save you from a lot of heartache at the end. All right. So, breast cancer awareness.
I definitely agree with that. That our show definitely is a supporter of breast cancer awareness. We don't support any one charity.
No.
We just support everybody being aware of their own bodies and a reminder to young men and older men. Men can get breast cancer.
For sure.
So please, if you feel, every now and again, do a check. I can't tell you how that works. I do the best I can on myself. But I definitely recommend that you check yourself just in case. If you find a lump or anything, please, do what you have to do.
Yes.
And go see your doctor. Cancer is definitely nothing to play with. So breast cancer awareness, we're going to close out October with that. What we got next?
Since no one wants to hop on.
I know they're scared. Scared.
It looks like we're gonna go into our weekly scores.
All right, let's get those weekly scores, man.
Get our weekly scores in.
So let's go on. Let's see what we're starting off with today. We are going to go with the National Top 10 Girls Volleyball. All right, there is pretty much no change in the top 5, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Looks like they all kind of moved around a little bit. So let's go ahead and talk about Modern Day and Sierra Canyon. That's out there in Cali. I believe this is their regular season game, final regular season game. So everyone in Cali is going to start to go on to the playoffs. Looks like Indiana, Hamilton Southeastern. This is the number 3 team in the country. They are actually on a deep run right now to get to their second straight 4A title.
Okay.
They're riding a 65-match winning streak heading into the state
That's
semis
crazy.
against LaPorte next week.
Wow.
And so let's just talk about Lauren Harden, who is one of the top prospects, female volleyball players in the country. She is a Florida commit, and she powers that team with 319 kills. They also have a junior, Lindsay Magnuson, who has 295 kills. And they also have 4 other players on that team with over 100 kills. So Hamilton Southeastern in Indiana, they are in the playoffs. Look for them to, pretty much take it all the way. They don't see anyone stopping them right now. They're on a good winning streak, 65 matches in a row. That's pretty crazy.
Hey, volleyball is a super cool sport, man.
I
If
love
you
it.
haven't had a chance to watch it, please watch it.
Yes.
You know, like, as you heard Christine earlier say, the support, you know, it even gets a little better when you see that what they had to do in order to get the funding in order
Yes.
for the girls to play. So when you see these scores that we put up from around the country, remember that all of these teams are out there having to grind too. So, but again, it's not that football is the most interesting sport, is that you just haven't had a chance to watch. Volleyball can be amazing. So let's go.
Yeah, definitely love that. And let's look to next week to see how the rankings shape out for volleyball as we get deeper into the playoffs.
Yep.
All right. So let's go ahead and talk about the girls soccer, top 10 girls soccer. We had a lot of movement here when it comes to ranking changes. We are definitely in the playoff atmosphere out here for the girls soccer. So let's look at Tennessee, Bearden, and Ravenwood. So Bearden, they won their last game 4-0 against Ravenwood. They are the Division I Class A champs, state champs. Okay. Let's look at number 2, Tennessee, for Baylor and Harpeth. They won their division. They're Division II Class A champs, so congrats to Baylor on that win. Noblesville, Indiana, and Bloomington South. Noblesville took that with a 3-1 win, and they are the Class 3A champs for Indiana. All right. Looking at number 4, Carmel in Indiana, they lost against Cathedral in the regional playoffs, so their playoff season is done. It's back to the off season for them.
Yeah.
Franklin out there in Tennessee, they lost their game against Bearden because obviously Bearden is the Division I 3A champs.
Yep.
All right. Now let's look at Sacred Heart in Kentucky. They lost their game to Bethlehem 4-3. So congrats to Bethlehem as the state champs for Kentucky. Rutgers in New Jersey, they are on their first round bye. So look for them next week as they take, I don't know who they're taking on yet, but we'll have that information next week. Houston out in Tennessee, they lost their game to Bearden, obviously because Bearden are the champs.
Right.
So let's look at Central Dauphin out there in Pennsylvania. They won their first round playoff game 8-0, so we'll be seeing them next week still in the playoffs. And Lexington Catholic, they lost their game in the semifinals 2-0 against South Oldham.
Okay.
All right.
Hey, soccer, y'all keep it up, man. Whether it's men or women, keep pushing. Complete College Prospect got y'all. We definitely want to make sure that these sports is out there getting seen. Whether it's by Complete College Prospect or by us here at the show. Soccer.
Yes.
We watching.
Yes.
Let's go.
So let's look at the top 10. Definitely had some movement up in here. We had a couple new additions to the top 10. For the most part, everyone's pretty much in their state playoffs. Noblesville took on Cathedral. They won 2-0, and they are the 3A state champs. Carmel in Indiana, they lost to Cathedral in the state playoffs. So Cathedral is still moving on. Or actually, I'm sorry, they're already the state champs. I'm sorry. Let's see. St. Louis, Missouri, they lost to DeSmet 2-0. It doesn't look like they're in playoff mode right now, so it looks like next week they'll be starting their playoffs.
Okay.
Xavier in Kentucky, they won their state championship against Lafayette 1-0. In Illinois, they're in the first round of the playoffs, so Naperville North, they won against Naperville Central 1-0, so look for them to move on. In Illinois, New Trier, they won their first round playoffs against Layton 2-1. Triad in Illinois, they won their playoff game, their first round playoff against Althoff Catholic 3-1. Let's see, and then Pike, number 9, they lost to Carmel 1-1 in playoffs on the shootout at the end. And then a newcomer to the top 10, Rabin Gap Nakuchi out there in Georgia, they won their regular season game 0-0 after a shootout, and they're going into the playoffs here next week. So
nice.
Let's look forward to the playoff series out there in Georgia.
Yep, absolutely.
All right. And let's go to the top 10 for football. So it looks like everyone here for football, everyone's in either their first round playoffs or they just finished their last week of the regular season. So
right.
Bishop Gorman, let's see, they had a bye this week.
Right.
So first round of the playoffs.
Do we know who they got in the second round?
I do not know who they got in the second round right now, but we can definitely tell you guys that in a little bit.
We definitely want to be on top of what's happening here in the Valley. I know that in 5A2, You're going to have Green Valley High School taking on
Yes.
Basic. They had a bye. Basic had a bye last week. They're the number one team in the 5A2 division. But there were some upsets in that 5A division.
Oh yeah,
Because
definitely
you
some
had
upsets.
who fell? DP fell.
DP failed. Desert Pines, Harborview failed.
DP fell to who?
Let's see. DP, they lost their game against Coronado, and
So-
they actually got dominated by Coronado 35-12.
Which is crazy because if you live in the valley, you know Coronado and Shadow Ridge are being dropped down to
Yes.
the Division 5A2 because they finished at the bottom of their league. But it looks like in the playoffs, they're actually making a run to try to be the state champs.
Yep.
I think there is some confusion about how that works here in the valley. 5A has 7 teams and it's a round robin with the last man standing. Bishop Gorman, I know there's a lot of question about whether or not Bishop Gorman was going to compete in the state championship. They absolutely are. They took a first round bye. They'll play next week or this week coming up.
Playing Coronado.
Right. They're going to play Coronado. But then what happens is it comes down to what happened. Oh, it's Silverado. It's Silverado, not Coronado. They play Silverado this week. And so that whole thing is kind of a toss up in the 5A division. There's 7 teams that will result in 1 or 2 of those 7 teams will be playing for a state title. They're here in the valley. It's broken up between the north and the south, but the 5A division only has 7 teams, no north. 5A2, where you have still remaining Green Valley, Basic, Foothill, Faith Lutheran. Who else? Is that it?
There's a couple more teams. You
That
got
are
Durango,
left?
you got Las Vegas.
That are left.
No.
Because playoffs here in Nevada started last week.
Yes.
So here in the valley, there have already been some people that have been knocked off. But if you're in the 5A2 or your kids are in the 5A2 or 3, do not forget, just because you win, if you happen to win throughout your conference, as far as the greater conference, you still have to deal with the winners of the conference from the North Division.
Yes.
That's what makes up the state championship games here in Vegas for 5A2 and 5A3. I also believe it's the same for 4A and possibly 3A with what teams are there.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But we no matter what we do nationally, we're always going to make sure that we're telling what's going on here in the valley. I'm not going to lie to you. You pretty much know who's taking 5A. That's going to be Bishop Gorman. They're ranked number 1 in the nation. No one here has been close to knocking them off. Their greatest opposition is going to be Liberty High School, where our previous interviewee, Miss Christine, coaches volleyball. That team is the second, I guess you would say, most powerful team here in the state. And so that division being revamped allows them to finally go head to head. So chances are the way it's going to shake out is going to be Liberty versus Gorman in the state championship game. Liberty's going to take second place, which is why they redid the whole thing so that Liberty now is not having to face Gorman on the south side and then not making it to the state title game. But we can pretty much guarantee you that 5A division is probably going to end with Gorman at the top of the food chain, continuing on to go win a national title, and Liberty taking second place. Hopefully there's some parity in that and it changes, as we saw last week with Coronado and Silverado winning, instead of, even though those 2 teams are being dropped down to 5A2. From there, in the 5A2 division, I do know that Foothill lost what is arguably their best player in Terrell. This kid named Terrell plays every position. He had a very rare injury, and so he's in the hospital. Had to have surgery, so he's out. That makes him a little less dangerous, but definitely not something that will possibly change it so that they're not winning all the way around. After that, I would honestly say that the truth of the matter is that north side of the valley, of the state, has a team from the school called Bishop Monog. Bishop Monog is a monster.
Mhm.
They're on a 7-game win streak right now.
Yep.
They played Gorman in the state title last year. They played Gorman in the state title the year before that.
Yes.
I swear they played Liberty the year Liberty won. Bishop Monog is just a completely different type of team, and I truly believe that they'll take the 5A2 division between North and South. From there, it gets, like I say, it's a little bit more competitive in the 5A3, 4A, and all of that. So there you go. I was told that I need to mute my phone, but we don't do that here because we want you to know that if you got some information and you happen to have one of our numbers, send it to us. We're gonna put it up. Like our phones are a part of the show. Everything we do is a part of the show. The mess ups are a part of the show. This is who we are. So let's keep this thing pushing. We really don't got to go through the national rankings because that thing's going to change, and we got to wait till this buy stuff stops before we really get into the national rankings.
Yeah. So next week is definitely going to be a big update. We're going to see how they handle themselves in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Some of them will have a first round bye.
Yeah.
And we'll pretty much see how it goes. I mean, I guess the only thing pretty much out here that was in the top 10 was that number 6 Duncanville. They lost that game out there in Texas, which snapped their 22-game winning streak.
Wow.
Against number 13 DeSoto from Texas.
Wow.
So, really no changes up in there. Everyone pretty much won heading into the playoffs, and we'll definitely see how the playoffs shake up as the weeks go on.
Okay. Hey, what we got next?
KKD.
All right, let's go. Pay them bills.
Introducing King Kiro Digital, a marketing company made to bring your creative vision to life. Now, we understand that the business market has grown tremendously throughout the years with more competitors out there than ever, and that's why branding is very important to your business. Studies have shown that 68% of businesses say that brand consistency has increased revenue by 10% or more. So make your brand stand out amongst the crowd. King Kiro Digital is here to guide you through the process from creating logos, custom designs, and video. Work with us today. Help is just a hop away. King Kiro Digital.
If it's high school sports, we're talking about it. This is the Who's Up Next podcast. Now, back to your hosts, JR and Rob.
Hey, welcome back. Again, you probably heard our producer sneeze. We're good with that, man. Look, this is why we say, this show is built to do one thing, not be something that's stuffy. We want to make sure we're talking about all sports, male, female, everything around the country, around the globe. We've had the pleasure of exchanging messages with people as far as the UK and here locally, So we want you to understand that when you see something happen on the show, hey, that's real. We want you to see all of our perfection and all of our mistakes. And that's it. As long as we're here doing what we need to do, and that's showcase everything, right? We definitely looking out for the Valley. That's not even a question. We had a coach from Silverado on here last week. We just had a coach from Liberty on here this week. We're always looking for other coaches in the Valley to jump on the show if they have something to say about sports, high school sports, what's going on, and ways to benefit the athletes. There are definitely things that I think that the coaches here and the admin here and the athletes here have to offer the rest of the world. I think that Las Vegas as a whole is underrated when it comes to sports in general. But this place is growing. Currently, we've got hockey, we've got WNBA, we're bringing in baseball. The NBA is putting an expansion team here in 2026. We just got the Formula One We got the Sphere. Can't even discuss
Shoot,
that.
XFL,
Yeah, we got the XFL.
IFL.
Yep.
Shoot.
Like MMA is here, boxing is here. Like the Valley is definitely getting ready to be put on the map. Coach Odom over at UNLV has promised to make an extreme effort to recruit out of the Valley, which is going to be great for a lot of these athletes. I personally have witnessed teams like CSU, BYU, Portland State. I've seen teams come from the East Coast out here to recruit kids. And so I really believe that Las Vegas is a place that, that is destined for greatness.
Yeah.
Sometimes I definitely feel like coaching on the youth and high school level is definitely needs to change and get a little bit better. But I think that everybody's trying to work in the right direction. And so don't sleep on Las Vegas. Don't sleep on Nevada. I don't want to just say Las Vegas because, as I told y'all, up in Reno, some big things up there. University of Nevada's up there, not a bad school to go to at all. And so Las Vegas, bring your kid up out here.
Yeah.
I used to say I would never send my kid to UNLV. That has definitely changed. With what I'm seeing going on.
Yeah.
They've brand new practice fields, brand new weight room. Went to a 707 tournament there. The staff seems to be picking up and really embracing the community. The coaches, I was just at a game on Thursday, and there was somebody that represented UNLV at the game. So I'm definitely the community around the school. And a lot of people don't know this. UNLV's permanent field is at Allegiant Stadium. They have their locker room, everything.
Nice.
So UNLV will always be playing on a professional field. You'll always be playing in a professional stadium. So, hey, don't sleep on this city, man. Don't sleep on this city. Las Vegas is definitely coming. Definitely.
Yeah.
So let's move on. What we got?
So our last segment today is going to be our Am I the Asshole? But we're going to do a Halloween.
All right, so we're doing a Halloween edition of Am I the Asshole?
Let's
You
do
know
it.
what it is. Always asking these parents have questions about whether they did the right thing or the wrong thing when it comes to their kids. Let's see what this one's about.
Let's do it.
Alrighty, so today's topic is Am I the Asshole for
You got to
putting-
speak up, producer. They can't hear you.
my fault. Am I the asshole for putting up scary Halloween decorations in front of my front yard while living right next to an elementary school? Every year, I go really big for Halloween and Christmas. My house is typically the most visited and talked about house in my big neighborhood. This year, I decided to add some new pieces to my Halloween display that include a scary butcher guy and all his deli case full of body parts. I also have skeletons climbing all over the roof and a bunch of new scary jump-worthy animatronics. I typically have people of all ages saying how much they love it and how fun they think it is. However, this morning, I woke up and some lady posted on Nextdoor talking about how horrifying and awful my display is and how scared a bunch of her kids and other kids from the school have been. She went on a rant about how terrible of a person I must be to put such scary things in my yard, in a family neighborhood, and right next to an elementary school, and that I should respect the fears of others and take it down. I do it just for fun and just because people enjoy it. I'm not a depraved psychopath, and I don't advocate for serial killers, as this woman alluded to.
Okay.
She and many others think I should take it down for the sake of the children. But she says, however, if you see a house that you come up to and it would freak out your children, it is your job as the parent to either turn around or walk away or walk on the opposite side of the street and try not to let them see it up close so they don't get scared. Am I the asshole for putting up scary decorations?
Okay. No, I don't know what you think, but for me, no. Oh. You know what I'm saying? No, because it's your home. Look, if it's one from someone that deals with the HOA, and I just want my HOA to know, I'm not gonna say it so everybody know where I'm at, but my HOA, you suck. I should have talked about y'all last week, y'all. You're terrible. So if you got to deal with, for somebody that deals with an HOA, right? I would want to do what I want to do in my house. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
She could got it.
Yeah, the little kids. I mean, myself, I'm a little bad, so I would record it all because I would love it. But I mean, how often can they really be terrified? I don't know, because I go to his house and I'm terrified. I've yelled going in the house and on the way out the house. You know what I'm saying? So when I already knew it was there. So, but it's daytime too. It's not like they going to school at night.
Yeah.
Whoever said it act like they going to school at midnight.
Yeah, and she had like posted some pictures of like the screenshot of like what the neighbors were saying. And everyone's like, you must be a sick person. You advocate for serial killers and scary things. Like, you're messed up.
Nah,
and I
man,
hope Jesus saves you.
Look, man.
I think people get just too carried away with some of these things. You know?
Everybody's sensitive,
Everything's
bro.
like the devil. Everything's this and that. You know what I'm saying? But hey, freedom of speech should be in part of decorations. It's part of speech, right?
Nah, if I want to decorate, so should I not put? I don't know. Should I not put like devil stuff in front of my house for Halloween if I live across the street from the church? Nah. So I mean, it is what it is. Like, it's my house. I decorate it however I want, and then you don't have to go there.
Mm-hmm.
So I get that it's little kids. It's an elementary school, so some of them kids ain't little. Some of them are like 12 years old. You know what I'm saying? And whatever, but
too sensitive.
Yeah, people are just too much, man.
Yeah, I think it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's one day out of the, so it's 1 month out of the year, depending on how early you put out your decorations.
Right.
And ain't nobody told you to walk across the street on that house location. You can walk across the street. I know you probably see me on the street anyway, and you want to go on the opposite side, because sometimes you're afraid, depending on the type of person you are and maybe the neighborhood you're in. But you just got to quit being so dang sensitive about things. If someone wants to put up decorations, let them put it up. And I especially don't like some of y'all out there who don't like 4th of July and the fireworks, right?
Hold on.
Oh, I got
somebody
PTSD.
just. I know. No. Not to interrupt, because somebody just asked. Hold on. Let me put that up. Somebody. Hey man, stop clicking it.
I'm not clicking it.
What just happened? Hold on. How do they feel about his Christmas decorations? And I have to agree with that.
Yeah.
Like, that same person probably puts up Christmas as well.
Yeah, she was saying that she goes all out for Halloween and Christmas.
Right.
But they only have a problem with her Halloween.
Right.
ones.
You can't enjoy that this person spends thousands of dollars in order to showcase their home and then turn around and be upset because, you're upset on Halloween, but you're not upset on Christmas. Like, it's what it is, man. Do what you want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's where I'm at.
For
you
sure.
know, I'm big about Christmas, right? So for me, Halloween ain't really my one, because then I can't come in and out my own house. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, but Christmas is my thing. Like, Christmas, I'm laying the house down for sure.
Yeah.
I think you should do what you want with your house.
Yeah.
And that's, you know what I'm saying? That's,
for sure.
Excuse me, that's where it is. So no, they should put up worse things next year.
Hey, if it was my house, I probably would do it. I would put up something even more scarier.
Because we have scares.
And I take it all the way to the curb. Like, I take instead of it just being in front of my house, I take it all the way to the curb, so I make sure that they see it on the way to school.
Oh, yeah.
Don't complain about that. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. Like,
so many other things to complain about. You want to complain about someone's decoration.
So many other things to complain about. So no, that parent
And it's
is
not like it was like offensive or anything.
Right.
It's literally just Halloween.
That parent.
I remember I saw something out there where somebody's front yard had a group of skeletons in a chair, and then there was a pole in the middle with a skeleton on the pole.
Yeah.
And people got mad because that's promoting strippers, but why couldn't it just be like someone who does that? I don't know. There are those people that just hold the poles and doing something great. I don't know. I don't think it was offensive. There's nothing. It's bones, man. It's bones.
It's silly. It's not like it's has a problem.
It's not like they took the lights, put it on the roof of your house, and made a big old penis. Because I've seen that. I've seen it, and they made them take it down. It wasn't vulgar like that. You know what I'm saying?
But no. I'm
Firemen
good.
do use poles.
The parent is not an asshole. That parent is doing exactly what they need to do. You know what I'm saying? That to be in their community, and there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. The parent is definitely not an asshole. They're just trying to liven up the community. You know, I remember, you know, I don't know about where everybody else lives, but I remember growing up, man, everybody's lights were on when it came to Halloween. Now nobody's lights are on because no one wants to get complaints. No one wants to be the person that gave out bad candy. No one wants to have parents saying whatever about their home. And it's like things like that stop kids from having a chance to be a kid.
Yeah.
You know, and I
For
mean
sure.
that like think about it. Our kids can't even dress up and go to school anymore.
No, they
You know
Yeah,
what
they
I'm saying?
can't. Nope.
Can't wear a mask.
Can't wear
And
a
I
mask.
remember we had a parade.
Yeah.
Like when I was in elementary school, you dressed up and you had a parade at the school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and it was like, but we don't do those things anymore because everybody cries about everything, you know, and so stop crying. Shut it up. Stop crying. Like we need to go back to like the 50s, not with racism.
No
We need
worries.
to go back to the 50s and 60s, you know what I'm saying? Possibly the 70s.
I would say the 70s.
You know what I'm saying?
70s.
Where here in this country we were a lot tougher. Everybody had a little bit thicker skin. You know what I'm saying? You everything that isn't offensive.
Yeah.
And that's just the facts. Everything is not offensive, man. Sometimes things are just things, and then it's just there to have fun and do what you got to do. So stop it. Like, stop that, man. Let that lady put up her decorations for Halloween and go all out. She should jump in the casket and jump out at the little kids next year and let them talk about that.
Yeah, that'd be
You know
awesome.
what I'm saying? Like that's it, man. So, all right, look, we told y'all before, this show is supposed to be open on this Halloween show to let some of y'all on. So here's what we're gonna do, right? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do one better, man. I'm just gonna do it better. Here we go, right? Bam. In the comments, I am posting the link. If you click on that link, it's gonna put you in our studio, and we're gonna be able to bring you on the show. So there you go. Bam. Did it go in there?
Mm-mm.
Why didn't it go? Oh, hold on. Bam.
There we go.
There you go. Click the link, jump in on the show. We pulling you on right now. Stop being scared. Just jump on. I don't care if you didn't do your makeup. You know what I'm saying? You eating a sandwich, laying in the bed half naked. That's your business. That ain't our business.
And keep it
Keep it PG.
chest high. Chest high.
Yeah, chest high PG.
Got the music going.
Hey, but you gotta come on and talk about something Halloween or sports. It's that simple. That's simple. Hey, I do want to give shout outs to all the guys here. Well, all the guys here and in all the states that made all conference, made all state when it comes to football right now, and volleyball
and soccer. Yeah.
For all the men and women out there that made all state, all conference.
District.
Yeah.
You know,
all
whatever your
district.
state has out there,
Yeah.
something that recognized you for the hard play that you had this year, hard work.
Yeah, shout out to you, man, for sure. Keep doing what you do. For you coaches that receive Coach of the Year awards, continue to do what you do. For you schools that show the utmost support, as you heard the lady earlier, Christine, say, you actually supporting all your sports, all your athletics. Shout out to you too, man. And for you teachers that are holding these kids accountable, that aren't just messing with grades, because I know a school where they mess with grades so kids can play, and that sucks. For you teachers that are holding these young men and women accountable, keeping their grades up, and when their grades aren't up, you're keeping them off the field or off the court. Kudos to you,
Yes, sir.
because you're looking at what that kid's future is going to be. You're holding them accountable now so they can be accountable later. But for all you people that are fixing grades or coaches that are ignoring guys with 5 Fs, 2 Fs, you know, when I was coming up, I know probably saying for you, 1 F, you were sitting.
Yeah.
1 F and you were sitting. But now some of you coaches, you should be ashamed of yourselves because you're allowing, oh, that's my big bro right there. Oh, hold on. Let me bring him on the stage. What up, Steven?
Hey everybody, how y'all doing?
We good. Hold on, we fixed it. Okay. Get that. All right. Hey man, so what you got to say, bro?
Hey man, can I backtrack a little bit?
Absolutely.
Okay, I think you've been a little bit hard on the lady about Halloween. I agree with y'all, but I also agree with her. You know, sometimes these little guys, especially your daughters, man, they get a little scared about that stuff. You gotta be careful what you put up there. I do agree that you should be able to put up what you want, but I just like everybody to be a little bit respectful and realize that those little ones, you know, and I'm talking about the kindergartners and the first graders, you know, after that, is all bets are off. But I just like you be a little careful with that. I want to tell you guys, I'm really kind of disappointed in my Colorado people here that nobody has really got on to talk about Colorado football and basketball at the high school level. Because Rose, as you know, we've got some pretty good teams here with some top-notch players that need to be recruited. And I don't know how I'm going to reach out to these guys and let them know. I did my best to send them a link to the show, but as you know, I've been down it was a month Friday now that I got my kidney transplant. So I've been down a little bit, but I'm coming back slowly but surely. And so I'm going to be a little bit more active, but I'd love to see my Colorado guys more involved. I let Rudy Carey know about your show. He said he was going to check it out, but I haven't seen him become involved yet. So we'll see what's going on. But anyway, good job, guys. Good job.
Hey, we appreciate it, man. Yeah, hey, anybody in Colorado, look, it doesn't matter what state you're in. The truth of the matter is, if you want to get on this show, we hit them with the link. Hit them with the link.
Gotta always hit them up.
Yeah, hit them with the link so that they can see the link. You know what I'm saying? Because people shouldn't have to come on and say, you know, my state isn't being represented. You can be represented. All you got to do is hit us at this link, any of them.
Yeah.
TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, email. Doesn't matter. If you hit us up, we're going to get you on, because the whole point is to showcase any and every athlete out there, any and every coach out there, any and every school out there that needs to be seen. The whole point is to represent high school athletes and help you get to that next level. But if you don't put yourself out there to get on a show like this to showcase what you have, then we can't do anything for you. One show isn't going to find everybody.
Yeah.
And that's the facts. You know, so we definitely appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming on. Yeah.
Hey, Renee, congratulations on that kidney, man. And,
absolutely.
You know, just want to, wish you continued great health, and let us know if you ever need anything. And I definitely want to kind of highlight what you were saying. There's tons of ballers out there in Colorado, and we're looking at you, Colorado. I mean, there's a lot of states out there that we haven't really talked about, and it's really about trying to get that culture change out there, letting people know that you can't rely on other coaches or other people to get you to where you want to be. You're going to have to do a lot of work on your own.
Absolutely.
Complete College Prospects, the Who's Up Next show, we try to put everyone in a position who's interested and who is trying to be a dog out there in their sport, but also in the classroom. We're trying to highlight all those people. So, Colorado, we're asking you, put yourself on the map.
Put yourself on the map.
Take control of your future. Quit waiting for coaches to do things for you, because let's just be realistic. They can only do so much for their athletes on their team. They're trying to put you in a position to be seen, to have great plays, but it's also going to be your job to help promote yourself.
Absolutely.
Right? You're only going to be successful if you promote yourself. So we're asking you, Colorado, we're asking every other state that we haven't mentioned. We've been putting everyone, we talk about the usual suspects, right?
Usual suspects all the time.
We got, the Midwest, they got tons of great volleyball out there, right? We got Nebraska, you got Ohio, you got Minnesota. It's volleyball, it's soccer. Down south, football, right?
Football.
We're talking about all those usual states, but we haven't been able to see people in Colorado.
Well, the thing about Colorado is home to some amazing some amazing basketball players, yet they're not getting exposure because they're not out there reaching out to shows like this, and that's just too bad.
And I'm definitely hoping that things will pick up as the season starts to come in for our winter sports. Hit us up, watch the show, look to see what we're doing. And we're going to do our best, the big fella and I, and the Who's Up Next show and Complete College Prospects. We're going to do our best to put as many student athletes in college as possible, no matter what gender they are, no matter what sport. We're trying to do it all. All right. We got a social media company. We got a digital magazine. We got a show. We have our own site. We have a gym. We got it all. This is a one-stop shop, people. So hit us up if you're trying to get that exposure.
Hey, Stephen, make sure that all that boxing community out there the same way. As long as they high school athletes, we'll put them on too, man.
You got it. All right. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate the love.
Hey, again, I don't care what your sport is. Montana, Idaho, and the Dakotas. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. Like, it just, we're saying, we just keep saying it. We keep saying it. Grandparents, if you're out there, don't be afraid to hit the show up. Put your grandkids out there.
Yeah.
Put your grandkids' school out there. If you're an athlete and you've graduated, you've gone on to go play somewhere else, or you've gone on to some other career, but you know some coach. That's how we got the Silverado coach on. It's from one of the people that watches the show, putting us in contact, and bam, on the show, has some great conversation, and some great input. This is what we're looking for. So continue to be on the show. I saw one of the athletes that was on here earlier. I don't know if Bubba's still on here, but he should have been on here right now. He's a senior getting ready to graduate. He should have taken this opportunity to jump on the show and just, he took an injury this year, but he should have jumped on the show just to get some exposure, things like that. I swear little Julian is on this thing too. And little Julian should have jumped on as well. Little youth player. Another guy took an injury, season cut short, should have jumped on the show. Really, I should have said something to Terrell over at Foothill, because I know he probably would have jumped on the show too. But you guys need to jump on. Again, we put the link in the comments. If you're a coach, if you're a teacher, if you're a parent of an athlete, you got something you want to voice, this is the show for that. And so all jump on, hit us up. If you got a coach you'd like to recommend for a coach of the year or whatever, do not forget that Complete College Prospect will be hosting the Last Chance, Last Quarter game in December for seniors. It's a football game for seniors shown all around the country. We've got coaches already dialed in, and we're going to finish getting the rest of the coaches locked in when it comes to these college coaches that are either committed to sending a representative to the game, or streaming the game, or watching the game after, in order to see if there's players in it that will fit what they need. Because my phone goes off all day, every day, with coaches asking, hey, coach, do you have this player? Do you have that player? I need a running back, or I need this. And so this is the way to do that. You must be a current 23-24 senior football player, last quarter, last chance game, end of January, here in Nevada, to showcase your talents and get in it. I know registration opens on CompleteCollegeProspect.com on November 1st. And again, you're guaranteed a quarter, right? So you got to get in, because that means that if there's 4 running backs per team, you go into a draft the week before the game. Your coaches will separate. Once they draft you, it'll tell the college coaches what quarter you're playing in, and that's your quarter. That's your chance to, if you don't have the offers that you're looking for. Again, if you're a junior, don't hit us up. You know what I'm saying? If you're a sophomore, don't hit up this show, because we can't help you. Hit up CompleteCollegeProspect.com. That's everywhere. There's already going to be players coming from different parts of the country that are going to take up some of those spots. I can guarantee you that. So the second that registration opens up, you're hearing it here on the show. Yeah. It'll definitely be on Complete College Prospects Twitter page and all of that. November 1st. It's first come, first serve. The only thing that I do know is you have to have at least played varsity. You must be a current varsity player. You must be a senior. That game is for you to showcase your talent. So if you took an injury during the season, but you're healed up, you missed part of your season, this is that game for you to get in. This is a game for you to showcase your talents to some of these schools, get you an offer. The day before, on Saturday, is the college day. It's essentially a pro day for athletes, and that's only juniors and seniors, current juniors and seniors. The day before college day, you can sign up for that. Anybody can sign up for that. You get a chance to showcase your talent. Again, we'll have coaches locked in and dialed in order to, in order to give you a chance to be seen by those coaches, catch your 40 time, catch your ability to throw passes, run routes, things like that. So if you're a 4 or 5 star athlete, you got a bunch of Power 5 D1 offers, you're not going to get accepted to the game.
Yeah.
You already have your path. This is for all those guys that play varsity football around the country, may not have had an opportunity to be seen the way they want to be seen. You know what I'm saying? Come on out to the college day and try to get into the last quarter, last chance game, silver and gold. Game.
Silver and gold.
So there you go. That's what it is. Man, it's been a great show because I think that's the last thing we had.
That's pretty much it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Hold on. Should be 1 month before the game.
I think he's probably just saying, just make sure a month before you're making those travel plans. Complete College Prospects will be putting out like a list of hotels and, places that you can stay.
Yeah.
We're working on all those details right now. So, everything will come out as soon as we receive, the information. Everything will be out there for you.
Yeah. Hey, man, we gonna shoot. Look, Complete College Prospect is what it is. Without Complete College Prospect, there would be no Who's Up Next show. So we're going to run that new ad from Complete College Prospect one more time. That showcases the entire corporation, which is the Who's Up Next show. It's Complete College Prospect, the umbrella, Who's Up Next show, Rhino Sports Academy, AdJoy Media, King Carroll Digital, Trepium Magazine. Did I miss anything?
Shattered.
Oh, how can we miss the number one thing? November 1st, Complete College Prospects' own social media company, Chatter. Let's go to commercial. Hey, welcome back. This question right here, I now understand it. Someone was saying the draft should be a month before the game for travel plans. That is not the athletes actually being added in. Athletes will know that they're in as they make apply for a spot starting November 1st. You'll know whether or not there was an open spot and you're in. So by December 1st, all spots should be taken up.
For sure.
It's just the draft of what quarter you're playing in. For coaches to draft every position on a roster, including special teams, those are counted as different positions. So you can also, if you don't get in for your position, but you're a special teams guy, you could definitely just come in and play special teams as well.
Yeah.
So by the time you get to a month out, everybody that should already be making their travel plans. And then that way, a week before, that's when you find out whether you're going to be silver or gold, whether you're going to be first, second, third, or fourth quarter. That's how that works out. So, yeah, plenty of time to make your travel plans November 1st. Yeah. So, with that being said, happy Halloween.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? We love y'all. We're going to get them clips up from the Halloween, the haunted house. Don't make fun of me. It is what it is. I know who I am. I accept who I am. I'm sure some of them are screaming too. So I'm not trying to hear none of that. I know my nephew's screaming because, that's what it is. Yeah. But hey, y'all have a happy and safe Halloween out there.
For sure.
Hey, from the big fella, love everybody. Appreciate y'all being here.
Yeah, Candyman is out. Love y'all. Appreciate it.
Thanks for tuning in to Who's Up Next with hosts JR and Rob. live episodes every Sunday at 1 p.m. Pacific Time. Follow us everywhere at Complete College Prospects. Don't forget to message us with anything high school sports that you think we should showcase.